Right, so you ready to film me?
I'm filming.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have to edit this first bit out, aren't you?
No, I just started 5 seconds ago.
All right, okay. So, the purpose of this video, and for me with you here, is for us to share how to Scrum. Actually, better phraseology there. How I Scrum. So, I've had a bit of experience as a Scrum Master in the last few years, but one thing I know is that as a Scrum Master, you're usually the only person in the room doing that role, so you don't get much feedback from other people. And also, it's not often that you can go into another team, even if you're in a collaborative organisation, to learn how they do it. So, organisationally, and I think across the Agile community, we are starting to become slightly siloised in how we perform as Scrum Masters. So I've been to a few, and I had a few questions, and this all started out last week when, Ron, you came to me and asked about the sprint planning you were doing and what we should do. So I've said here how I Scrum, and this is for me not to dictate a prescriptive rule book of how you should do Scrum, but if I demonstrate how I do it, then you can form your own way, your own style. So I gave you this list, roughly this list, and I thought later on, wouldn't it be really cool as if I videoed this for YouTube and get some feedback from the wider community, but also it means it can scale my knowledge in the way I share it in this organisation. I'm going to be deliberate in not mentioning who we are at the moment, this particular client, because I believe in the next few years this is going to become a reference model of how Agile can transform whole organisations. So we'll keep the name under wraps just for the moment. So what I'm going to aim to do here today is 3 things. This is just the intro of why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it. So I'm going to go through the agenda that I set for sprint planning, and as a Scrum Master, how I would facilitate it, and then how you would interact as team members and Ming, you as product owner. So we'll do that first, and then secondly, we're going to talk about sprint reviews. Now there are 2 other events in Scrum, being the daily Scrum and the retrospective, both equally important. But I think there's lots of resource online, especially on YouTube, for how to do them well and how to do them badly. So help yourself to look at those there. Also, what I'd like to try and do with this is me sharing to you how I do it. And I really invite you to then give me feedback. And so off camera, we're going to get it in the room here to get your feedback. But also I want to open this to the wider community. And the best way to do this, I was thinking of the Ice Bucket Challenge, is I'm going to challenge people to do their own Scrum, how I Scrum. So all of the Scrum Masters in the world, you do your Scrum, and then we can learn from you, and we can share the way we all do it. And hopefully between us we can align what it means to facilitate a Scrum event, and hopefully then enable the teams to be high performing. So just to reiterate what we're going to do today, so for 10 minutes, 3 times the 10 minutes we're going to do, we've got an hour. You can see I've got my clock ticking here, it's now 11:15. By midday, New Zealand time, on the 27th, we're going to upload this to YouTube, MVP, and then within the next 24 hours, we're going to see how viral we can make this. By close of business in California, which is 2 p.m. in New Zealand time, so that's 26 hours away. So I'm going to challenge all of you to put it through your networks and see what we can get back. So just to quickly again, the purpose is to share my experience and knowledge and to get some feedback, humbly, so I can learn from you. The outcome is going to be an artifact we can share in this organisation and hopefully wider. What's in it for me is that you can then have a reference point that you can then build your own flavour of Scrum. So to engage with this, it's this CAN process, and so you're essentially the Scrum team, 6 plus or minus 3, so there's 5 here. Actually there's 4 because there's 5 plus you, the product owner. And I'm here as your facilitator. I'm here to enable the system to work well. So the next video will be the sprint planning, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you.